Get in here. Get here, you noogies. Oh, man.
So I heard I get to host the show today.
Take over. Go.
All right, what's going on? What are you guys up to?
Pick up that energy a little bit.
Yeah, what are we doing? Hey, you guys watching any cool TV shows? Am I right?
Friday vibes.
Yes, Grant, I am. I'm watching
watching?
Severance.
Dude, it's the greatest show. Anyway, have a good day.
Season 2 just dropped this morning.
No, but it's Apple, so they only dropped like 2 episodes.
One episode. I was so disappointed.
They only gave you one, so they know they have something.
Yeah, the next one comes out next Friday, I guess.
You know, a little backstory on this Severance thing.
Yeah.
I was asking Kyle to watch Bad Sisters on Apple TV. We kind of made like a deal. You watch Bad Sisters, I'll watch Severance. Because she was like, she finished Severance. I remember you were like, I got to know if this is a good show or not.
I know, because it stinks all the way until the end. But the end made me so excited for the second season.
Right. So you're like, do I like it? Do I not like it? But you kept thinking about it.
Yeah.
Right? And we've been in those situations before. So I committed and told her I'd watch it. Now, she finished Bad Sisters season 1 and season 2 and
I love it. It was a great show.
Right.
Really?
It started off, though, like when I started watching it, we made that deal because I was like, I can't get into it because I watched, I think, 2 episodes and I was like, ugh. But it really does hook you, and I love the relationship between the sisters, and the messes they get in are just insane.
And funny, right? They're funny.
Yeah.
Don't they handle it the way you think maybe you and your sisters would handle it?
Totally.
Yeah. So then I said I'd watch Severance. And the damn show has got me thinking about it nonstop, and it's so irritating to me because I want
you don't
answers.
know if you like it.
But I also don't want to Google it, and I don't want to read anything about it. You know what I mean? But I keep having these guesses about what I think the show's about, and it's one of those shows that makes you think, what would it be like here?
Right.
And it's so weird. Anyway, that's on Apple, and that's going to be number 1. Anyway.
I hope you guys get into Beast Games this weekend if you're not all the way.
I've been into it. Yeah,
if you're not already caught up.
Beast Games for me is like a show where it's like Severance, the first episode of the second season came out this morning. That took priority. And then when I was done with it and there wasn't a second episode, I was like, I'll go back and watch some Beast Games.
There you go.
Like,
you can consume that in chunks.
Yeah, it's not like I don't need to binge Beast Games,
you don't.
but I enjoy watching it.
So today is National Ditch Your Resolution Day.
Thank God.
No way.
Today is. Today is the day you're supposed to ditch your resolution, which is funny because I think Kyle just started something, right?
I'm just ramping up. I've always been like, I've never really been like a January 1, let's go.
Right.
Like I kind of ease into it because I feel like mentally that will help me stick with it. One of my main resolutions this year is to declutter my whole house because I feel like a hoarder. And I'm like a pocket hoarder. So if you came to my house and you're in my living room, it's like there's not a lot of clutter there. There's not a lot going on. But if you go in my closet, you'd be like, good Lord, what is all this crap? And so what I did was I wanted to break it down because it seems really overwhelming to like do the whole house. So I broke it down in months. Like January, I want to tackle my closet. February, I want us to do the garage. Like different pieces.
So that way you don't have to do it in one day, too.
Yeah, and then I just feel like it's more manageable and more realistic that I could actually get it done. But this month has been flying by, and I'm like, how is it? It's already, like, January's almost halfway over. Mm-hmm. So yesterday, I was like, I got to get moving because I don't think I can do my closet in one day. It's very overwhelming. I have a lot of stuff in there. And it's not even like just clothes and shoes. It's like I keep everything in there. There's like extra backpacks and hats and like random things, like very random things. And so I went in my closet yesterday and I was like so overwhelmed. I'm like, where do I even begin? And I go, okay, I'm going to break it down in pieces. I still have 2 weeks left of January. Today, I'm going to work on just decluttering shoes. Because I got a lot of shoes that I've had for probably 15 years.
Bring them in.
And a lot of them I did that before and the box is still here. We did nothing with them. I am donating these shoes. I am not bringing them in. But yesterday I went and I got like one of those huge black trash bags that like usually put like landscaping stuff in. And I filled it with shoes.
Wow.
Filled it with shoes.
How does that feel?
Bag.
I didn't finish.
Oh.
But it felt really good to start seeing like little empty spots. Mm-hmm. And I feel like this is the beginning because I took all the shoes out. I cleaned the dust. Like the dust was very thick.
So now you put that bag of shoes in your car, drive around with that for 6 months.
I'm leaving it in the garage because my goal is to take all the bags that I end up getting from the closet and then donating them all at one time.
So when it comes to resolutions, my resolution, is pretty much the 10,000 steps a day, right? And I think I'm going 2 weeks on doing that every single day, and it's so hard to do. to get 10,000 steps, right? That's why I put a treadmill in here. I'm going to try to walk on the treadmill during songs or commercials.
And
right
you
there.
were really walking a lot yesterday.
I got 4,000 steps when I left the station
Wow.
yesterday.
From this treadmill.
Yeah, well, and
Oh,
whatever
wow.
we do around here. Yeah, so I was able to hit my goal. I got like 13,000 steps yesterday, but I'm so obsessed with it. But and I realize how a goal like this works. It's these little things, right? Because like I needed new shoes to walk in. Like I have hiking shoes. I have my normal Air Force Ones that I wear, and then my wife got me a pair of Hokas a couple years ago, but they hurt my feet.
Yeah, those are
They're
like
almost like too cushiony.
yeah.
No,
they're like-
that part doesn't hurt. I have high arches, so where the strings are, where you tie your those are too tight, right? Because of my instep. So there's a shoe store kind of by my house. It's about a mile away. And my goal yesterday, I told Blake, I said, hey, when I come home, I'm going to walk to the shoe store and get new shoes. Do you want to come with me? And she's like, yes. So I went to the shoe store with wearing my new Hokas that she gave me a couple years ago. I wore those, and as walking to the shoe store, I was like, these Hokas feel really good on my feet. Get to the shoe store, buy new Hokas that are almost exactly the same as the Hokas I wore, and I wore those new Hokas home.
But
Well,
they
Terry-
feel different, exactly the same. But it
By the time I got home, I thought they felt the same.
oh my gosh.
And now I feel like Mr. Rogers. Like I have walking shoes, and then I have walking shoes.
You know, what they tell you is they tell you to switch out your walking shoes so you don't get like if there's like an unevenness to your stride, wearing a different pair of shoes will fix that.
I had just started walking though.
But trust me, if you wear the same shoes and go to like the same route, you'll hurt yourself.
But like when I went to my son's basketball game the other day, I told my wife I'm going to walk home. So I walked home. So what I'm saying is, having this kind of goal pushes you just a little bit, where maybe those little things will help. You know what I mean? Maybe maybe I'll drop some weight. Maybe I'll whatever it is that walking's supposed to do for you.
You probably live longer, work out your thoughts.
Maybe. And then I can tell my wife's like, when you talk about decluttering, we did our vision boards, right? So my vision board is right in the middle of the kitchen. I can tell it's in the way. Like now you got to find a place for your vision board.
Right.
Kyle's in her daytimer. Small. It's right there. My vision board's humongous.
Why don't you put it in front of the treadmill?
I don't want you guys to see my vision board.
I was actually wondering. I didn't see a post of it. Like, did you post pictures of it, or is
No.
that something you just want to keep private?
Oh, I don't want people to go, oh, why'd you put that? What does that mean? You know
Personal
what I mean?
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. So I was like, I had to move it today. I moved it somewhere, and I'm just waiting to see if my wife's going to go, what the hell's this doing here?
No, where did you put it? Did you put it like in the bedroom, like above your headboard or something?
No, I'd never see it then. No, it's in like every morning I wake up and I lift some weights. I put them in the room and I lift weights in.
Okay,
Well, that's good.
smart.
Yeah.
But I'm already thinking like someone's going to walk in there and move it. But who else would walk in there?
Well, listen, if you have to remove it, if you go walk and do it, you can just get more steps. So it's all good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it all works out in your favor.
Do you have a resolution, Rich?
Do I have my resolution?
Yeah, today's National Ditch Your Resolution Day.
Do I have one to
Do you have
ditch?
one? Do you have not to ditch, but do you
Well,
have
I've
one?
had lots. I've told you about trying to like record more stuff and put it out in the universe. So I've done that already. I've been exercising every day. I've been eating pretty good every day. So I haven't.
But are
given
those
up
your
yet.
resolutions?
Yeah,
Or-
for sure.
What about
Yeah.
you, Peyton?
Yeah, my biggest resolution was to like not take other people's problems on and like feel bad for stuff, and I've done a pretty good job of that. I'm not going to be ditching that because I feel like it's good for my growth.
Like you've been in a situation this year already where you could have taken someone's problems on?
Yeah.
And you said no?
Yeah.
Also, you had a resolution of not wearing makeup or something too, didn't you?
Yeah, to go like a little bit more natural, barefaced, and I've done that. Except for like I'm like disgustingly pale right now, so I've had to add like face tanner onto my face, but that's about it.
What, like yesterday? You're more tan than yesterday.
Well, I'm more tan than Wednesday.
Okay.
I was tan in the face yesterday. I literally saw
It
our
is
social
winter
videos.
time. Like,
I
are you s-
know.
like-
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah, that
and
happens.
I get really, really pale in the winter. Like my melanin just like disappears, and then in the summer I get some color. But like I literally looked in the mirror and I was like, who is that? I was-
White girl.
Yeah, no, literally. Yes.
You think you look too white right now?
Yeah, I like my little color and my melanin, but I look sun-kissed sometimes. But not today. I look like I died.
Oh,
Peyton.
died.
Kyle, what's coming up with 3 things you need to know?
No, I don't know why though.
Oh, hello? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, hi.
Okay. President Biden announced that he will not enforce the law banning TikTok that is set to take effect one day before he leaves office. He said, listen, I'm going to leave the implementation up to President-elect Trump. Reportedly, Trump is actually considering an executive action that would delay the implementation of the law which basically says that TikTok has to sell to someone in the United States by Sunday, or else they're banned. And supposedly this executive order would give them up to 90 days.
Ban it.
Possibly.
I want it banned.
I know you do.
Okay.
You're alone on that island, there, John Jay.
But the reason that they're banning TikTok is because they think that they're stealing our information. Is that
Yes.
what the whole?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, I
Because
hope they're not
owned,
stealing our
the parent company that owns TikTok is in China, and they are worried there is so much data coming in from Americans that could be used against us in
Like a
nefarious
war
ways.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Yeah,
wow.
like everyone will know the Carol Baskin dance.
Right.
Now, TikTok has appealed this ban. It went all the way up to the Supreme Court, and actually, the Supreme Court is expected to release their decision to uphold that law, meaning it will go into effect on Sunday, or maybe say it's unconstitutional, and then we won't have to worry about it. They're expecting to release that decision as early as this morning. So, stuff could go down today about
So-
TikTok.
This is the one thing the outgoing and incoming administration can agree on. We love TikTok, and you must save it.
Right.
I mean, it's like TikTok is doing its thing right now. Like, people are literally like grieving TikTok on TikTok, and they're doing these hilarious videos to basically say goodbye. Like, these influencers are admitting to things that they've been doing over the last couple of years to get you to watch their videos. Like, it is amazing. It's amazing watching people say bye to TikTok.
And there's a lot of rumors that if the Supreme Court says, yeah, the ban's got to happen, that they're just going to shut themselves down on Sunday. Like, they're not interested in selling. They're going to shut themselves down.
Wow.
So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. It's getting juicy. We're getting down to the wire.
Don't pout, TikTok.
Good news for cord cutters. The Super Bowl will be streamed free for the first time on Fox's Tubi channel. In the past, you had to have a paid account with the network streaming channel. February 9th is when that is. There will be one commercial during the big game that will now be missing. State Farm actually pulled their commercial from the broadcast after fierce criticism following the outbreak after the LA wildfires. They were one of the companies that basically canceled a whole bunch of insurance policies. State Farm says we're going to focus on our customers now, and they are now offering renewals to residential policyholders impacted by the fires that were previously going to be dropped.
No
Yep.
Jake,
They're
no
trying
Jake
to
State
make-
Farm. No Jake commercials.
Nope.
Wow, those are pretty much the really good commercials usually.
Yeah, not going to happen. And I think that's the best decision. Like, take that money and give it to the people that you are going to screw over. So, Busch Light is a beer who says, we believe in the power of connecting over shared passions and cold beer. So they're giving people a one-of-a-kind dating experience, and it's kind of cool. It's like speed dating with some actual speed. So they are turning the Daytona Speedway into Date-Tona. Huh? Love it. Love it. Offering couples a shot at love. Here's what will happen. Two people will climb into a race car, go for some laps as they determine whether or not they are into each other. If they choose, yes, there's some chemistry here. We would like to see where this goes on a second date. Then they will be awarded tickets to Daytona 500 for a full date where they can explore their love further.
I'd watch that show if that were a little mini show. I'd check that out.
I think it's such a cute idea. If this sounds like something you're into, they are actually taking applications until Tuesday, January 21st. So get in on that. And that's 3 things you need to know.
1047 Kiss FM, John Jane Rich. It's time for Peyton's predictions. Peyton, what is the vibe today?
It's Ditch New Year's Resolutions Day, so I'm going to tell you what this means for you and your sign. And we are still in Capricorn season, so if it's your birthday today, you share a birthday with Jim Carrey, Michelle Obama, Zoe Deschanel, Steve Harvey, Calvin Klein, Jake Paul, so many people.
Dang.
And Grant! You share a birthday with Grant, too.
Thomas, what's up? What's your sign?
I am your hard-headed Aries.
Yes, my Aries are hard-headed, that's for sure. Today, you are ditching the resolution to be patient. Let's face it, Aries, waiting in line or tolerating slow texters is just not your thing. So lean into your impulse buys and TikTok rabbit holes. Your energy is iconic. No need to waste it on people who say, I'll let you know later.
I love you, Peyton. I love that.
you too. I got you. Always.
All right, Thomas, drive safe. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Darian, what's your sign?
I am a Scorpio.
Scorpio, you said you'd let things go this 2025, but you're still plotting revenge on that one person who ghosted you in 2021. So channel your passion into binge watching true crime shows instead, because less jail time, same kind of energy.
Oh, gosh. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Darian. Rick and Scarlett, good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all doing?
Are you both, what are you both, the same?
I'm an Aries, but you could just do Scarlet for Pisces, like Mr. Mark there.
I love it. All right, Scarlett and Mark. Pisces, this is what Ditch Your New Year's Resolution Day means for you. You have resolved to be realistic, but manifesting unrealistic daydreams is your brand. So keep fantasizing about becoming a minimalist while hoarding candles and crystals because it's called balance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rock that world, Scarlett.
It's funny if you don't listen to the show or just tuning in, you're like, Mark.
I know.
And then I was going to go, Mark S., which is Rich is Mark, if that makes sense if you're new to the show.
It probably still doesn't make sense.
It
Don't
doesn't.
say it like
It doesn't.
that, but yeah.
Kenny, what's your sign?
Oh, my sign is Libra.
Libra, just like Kyle. Okay, Libras, you guys swore this year you were going to stop being indecisive, but here you are again, agonizing over which Snapchat filter to use. So skip the decision-making stress, flip a coin, and call it fate, because either way, you guys are still a vibe.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Kenny, have a great day.
You too.
How about for Leo?
Yeah, for Leos, the resolution to quote-unquote be more humble was never going to stick for us. The world needs our selfies and main character energy, so post that thirst trap and let the compliments roll in, because we're basically doing charity work out here.
How about Virgo?
Virgo, John Jay, you have resolved to relax more, but we both know that you'd rather color code everything in your house and nitpick everything. So today, ditch the guilt and embrace the perfectionist tendencies. Organized chaos is still organized.
Ooh, good. I'm a big fan of organized chaos.
I know you are.
I know. I feel that in my
It's like
life.
you live proudfully in that zone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you can nitpick, but you don't want to color code.
I do. I was just bringing up Severance, but let me tell you about another show that's on my mind too. And this is because, I finished Landman. If you guys get a chance to watch Landman, it's fantastic. There's a girl on Landman that plays Billy Bob Thornton's daughter, and she's going to be a big star. She's beautiful. She's funny. And she went to ASU. She graduated from ASU last year. She's going to be a big star.
For sure.
She's probably going to be the biggest star to come out of Arizona, I think. Because I can't really think of
Bigger
anything
than
outside Greg Kinnear.
Emma Stone?
Emma Stone.
Okay, maybe that. Or maybe, you never know. Maybe she'll win Academy Awards and stuff. So I did this interview with one of the Bachelors from The Bachelor, right? It's a podcast, a video podcast. And he dropped it yesterday. And I got a lot of comments, a lot of DMs on it. And from that, you're probably going, how am I going to tie in The Bachelor to Landman? Get this. The girl from Landman, her older sister was one of the Bachelorettes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
And was in a big controversial season. And I'm currently investigating that right now. So I went and Googled it, and both sisters were models at Wilhelmina Modeling Agency.
Okay.
And she went. So anyway, so I don't know if you guys, any of you Bachelor people already are like you. Any of you guys in here watch The Bachelor? Into it?
I do, but I don't remember a controversy with that girl's sister.
Colton?
Well, Colton, yeah.
What was Colton's controversy? Is he the one
I
that
didn't watch
rear-ended
that
somebody,
season.
killed him in the car accident? You remember that?
The guy
That was
that
a
you
different
interviewed
guy.
with?
No. That's Clayton.
Oh, I was like, I don't think I was like, you told us what it was.
No, I'm talking about Colton. But anyway, if anyone knows that controversy, if you know the story between, her name is Michelle Randolph, is the girl from Landman. Oh, Nick, you know.
So Colton, after his season, he came out, right?
Oh, he's the one that came
Yeah,
out.
he came out, and then he had a Netflix show, like Being Colton or Colton Out of the Closet or something like that.
Oh, do you know the girl I'm talking about? The older sister?
I don't. I'm not sure.
Oh
who
my
you're
gosh.
What?
So Colton Underwood faced controversy after his ex-girlfriend Cassie Randolph
Cassie's the sister.
filed
Okay.
a restraining order against him in 2020.
Oh,
The
I
order
remember
alleged
that.
stalking and harassment.
That's
I do
right.
remember
Because that
something
was
like
changing
that.
reality TV. Because they were saying, because of that case.
Yeah, I totally remember that.
So
he came
that's
out
the
and
older
people thought it was
sister
crazy.
to the star of Landman.
Wow, what a weird connection.
And I was interviewed by The Bachelor. Has nothing to do with any of those seasons. You can see, I posted, they tagged me and I reposted it. It's on my Instagram, John J. Van S, me and Clayton. Anyway, new research says what the number one dream job is in the United States and the number one dream job in the world. Worldwide, number one dream job, I'll go top 5. Nurse, pharmacist, police officer. Number 2 is an attorney. And the number one dream job in the world is a pilot.
Oh,
I
that's
was
interesting.
gonna guess like a pilot or a flight attendant because we get to like travel the world. Like, how cool is that?
Flight attendant is number one in the United States.
Yeah.
Fun.
A study found that parents do treat their children differently, and their favorites are more likely to be daughters, agreeable kids as well. And apparently birth order does not play a significant role.
Oh my gosh, I totally disagree. Middle childs are definitely the best. Tell me why. I was on Instagram the other day and my sister posted this picture of this candy that my mom got her, and she was like, "Thanks for thinking of your favorite daughter." And I swiped up. I was like, what an odd thing to say, because you are not the favorite. I am definitely the favorite.
How do you know you're the favorite?
Get him, Peyton.
Have you ever met my mom and dad? Do you see the way they talk about me? They are so proud of me. They love me so much. No, I'm joking. They love us all the same, but I'm definitely the fave.
I definitely have a favorite of my kids, and it's the one who is whoever's being nicest to me at the time.
I feel that.
Because it switches a little bit,
Yeah,
and then they
sure.
become my favorite.
I feel like the best parents make every kid feel like they're their favorite.
Yeah.
Gen Zers are already suffering a midlife crisis. I didn't click on the article, but apparently that's what's going on with Gen Zers.
Good life. Oh, man.
A report says aggressive baby names are trending.
Such as?
Blade, Cannon, Cutter, Dagger, Gunner, Danger, and Arson.
It's like prison names.
Arson is extra popular because it sounds like our son.
Okay.
Not
Now-
good timing for that name, though.
Oh.
Two Swedish table tennis enthusiasts. Now, table tennis is ping pong, right?
Yeah.
Is that another familiar? They set a new world record for the longest rally, 13 hours and 37 minutes.
Holy.
That's a long time.
A
to play
long
ping pong.
time.
I played ping pong with my son last week. I only was interested for about 30 seconds. I was done. No intent. Do not like that game. The number one restaurant chain in America is
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
nope,
McDonald's.
not fast food.
Oh.
Restaurant chain.
Olive Garden.
Chili's.
Yeah,
Number
sure.
2 is Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
It's an
Number 1
expensive
is
one.
Nothing But Cake.
Oh, sure.
Sounds good.
Who
That's a
doesn't like
restaurant
that?
chain, though?
Yes. Can you sit down and
guess
eat
so.
the cake in
No.
there?
What? Butt cake?
Nothing but cake I wouldn't consider a restaurant
It's
chain.
food.
Desserts, they're delicious, and I love them.
How
But
come we don't have Chili's on that
We-
list? They're good. They're delicious.
Maybe they are on the list, but they're not number 1. A 13-year-old's bucket list is going viral online. The kid's parent posted anonymously, and it's gone way crazy. Become a millionaire, meet an alien, help make a movie, go snorkeling with a shark, go on a fossil dig, save an animal species, get married, meet J.K. Rowling, prove the existence of goblins,
Okay.
have a YouTube channel, get a cool Jeep, eat an octopus, discover a new species, become a published author, go to New Zealand. And number 1 on this kid's list is to get a full taxidermy alligator.
What a kid with a big imagination right there.
Discovering a new species you think would be really hard.
Get this. Now listen carefully to this. Cops in London saved a woman who called 911 or whatever they call there, 999, and pretended to order a pizza because she was in trouble and she couldn't say she was in trouble. The operator realized what was going on and asked yes or no questions. She also asked her to say pepperoni if she was in danger. So this is the call.
Hello, police. What's the emergency?
Pizza delivery.
Pizza delivery. Do you require pizza delivery or do you require the police? If it's the police, say yes.
Yes.
Is the person that's scaring you at the property now?
Yes.
No problem, police are coming, okay? If he threatened to hurt you, tell me pepperoni. If he threatened to hurt the children, tell me cheese.
Pepperoni.
Okay, the police will be with you very, very shortly, okay?
Crazy, right?
That's a sharp operator.
Heartbreaking.
What do you got for life hacks, Rich?
Do you all drink copious amounts of water? I know, Kyle, you're trying with your...
I'd always try, but then I come with a full Stanley. I leave with a mostly full Stanley.
Peyton, I don't know if I see you hitting the water a ton, but you got some today.
I drink at least a bottle of water every morning.
So I learned this hack to see your body will tell you if you need water. I know John Jay drinks like 5 gallons of it, so I'm going to be shocked if this doesn't work for you. So as we're sitting here, I'll show you the trick right now. Take your right hand and put it like a palm facing down. You can have it in the air. And then with your left hand, I want you to pinch the skin in between your first finger and your thumb. Pull it up. And then let it go. If it goes down right away, John Jay's went down, Kyle stayed up a little bit, Peyton went down right away. If it stays up a little bit like Kyle's does, you need to drink some more water.
I also need lotion. And I've been accused by my 10-year-old daughter of having the same hands as my grandma. So.
Rich, you're
This hack is not about the lotion.
I don't like this hack. But I do need more water.
you didn't grow up here in Arizona, huh?
You always need water in
Well,
Arizona.
yeah, I know. I grew up here, right? And like, this is something that they taught us, like when we were kids, to realize.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know this until like last
we know
week.
when we're dehydrated, and so basically, if like your skin sticks together, then you're dehydrated.
Well, we're also in other parts of the country where they need water as well.
Yes.
So now you can take the Arizona hack and apply it elsewhere. That hack and many more can be found at johnjanerich.com.
96893. Here's a text. On Wednesday's show, Peyton said, "This is what it sounds like." And Rich softly sang in reply, "When doves cry." And I felt so seen.
Can't let those go.
Thanks, Rich, is what she said.
We all speak in song lyrics on the show. It happens.
So what was your date?
Oh, so mostly once a week, Stacey, my wife, and I feel like it's really important to not have phones, to not have stuff going on. We just get together and we go out to eat. Normally that's on a Friday night, but our schedule this week did not allow for it because John G and I are out at Barrett Jackson tonight, right?
Sammy Hagar, dog.
That's right. We're bringing out the Hague.
We're doing a favor for somebody. I mean, I shouldn't. I mean, Rich
It'd be
loves
kind
it.
of fun.
Yeah, you like Sammy Hagar.
Yeah. Anyway, so our date window was yesterday from 3:30 to 5:30 because Stacey had some call for Miss America that she's involved with that she had to get on. So I'm like, I'm okay with the 3:30 date because we get up so early. I would prefer to go out to dinner early, maybe not that early. But we were so early to the restaurant that they were not really done with their lunch and totally not ready for dinner. So when we're asking for like dinnery things, they're like, I guess we can throw that together. Hold on. Wait 20 minutes till servers start showing up. I mean, we were that early. We showed up at 3:30. So
My in-laws call that dinner.
I like linen.
But I mean, in principle, it worked good. But we finally got our date night in. I was just surprised that we were headed home before it was even dark. The sun's still way up high in the sky when we were heading home from our Thursday night date. But at least we got one in and got to discuss life.
You know, I feel that I like to eat earlier because I read all this stuff that helps you sleep better. You know, I've been trying to get on my sleep. So the guy that's on Don't Die, the Brian Johnson guy who's spending $2 million a year to live as long as he can, to live like 100 lives. He said something like, try to eat dinner 2 hours before you go to sleep. He goes, and then try to go longer and longer. He goes, my last meal is 7 hours before he goes to sleep, is what he said, right?
So that'd be really difficult for you because don't you still do the fasting thing?
Yeah. So yesterday, this week been eating pretty like 5:30, 6 o'clock, eating right around then. And my son Jake, this is so interesting. I think he was here because we had Christmas break, and then he went back to school on Wednesday. So he was back at U of A for a class on Thursday. He finished his class and he came back home yesterday. Like he drove all the way down there, went to one class because now he doesn't have school on Fridays because he's a senior, so he sets it up where, and then we got Monday off for Martin Luther King Day.
Right on.
So he's like, he literally drove down one class. So he comes back and he's like, hey, I'm going to go work out. Let's go get dinner. And I'm like, I want to spend time with my son, but I also want to eat before.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, he wants to go get sushi. So the sushi restaurant we always go to, he says, he gets in the car. He's in the back seat. My wife's in the front seat. We're meeting my son Dutch at the restaurant. And he gets on the phone and he calls his friend Cole. Right? So you guys heard that. Cole's been his best friend since they were little kids. So I hear him go, hey, Cole, what's going on? Oh, your parents went to dinner without you? Yeah, you can meet us. Meet us for dinner. Okay, yeah, we're going here. All right, I'll see you in 5 minutes. Hangs up. Hey, can Cole come to dinner with us? Yeah, man, of course he can. But like, you should ask us first. Although Cole's like, he's my son.
Yeah.
But it's like his whole way of thinking.
I absolutely appreciate that it's not just my kid because something happened yesterday. Addie has a book report it's gonna be due next month, and I'm like, you need to start thinking about what book you're doing. And she's like, oh, Em and I are doing the same book together. I told her we would get her the book. I was like, why? And then she like. Actually, I felt really bad. It was like one of those parenting moments that I wish I could just like take back my reaction. But I was so like, why did you do that? She's like, I just told her I would get it. Is that wrong? And And I'm like, no, you were doing something nice. It's not wrong at all. But why would you do that?
That's so relatable, though, because I do that to my parents all the time still, too. I'd be like, hey, I'll talk to Kelsey. I'll be like, do you want to hang out? You want to come to dinner? Come to my game? Sure, you can sit with my parents. I'll be like, hey, by the way, keep an eye out for her because she's coming to sit with us.
I was like, hey, no, that's okay. I never want to make you feel bad for doing something nice. That's a really good thing. The book is cheap. We'll get it. It's whatever. But just next time, maybe just run it by me first.
We don't buy books for people. We don't promote reading.
She can learn on her own.
What is
such
it
a
that
jerk that I had such a mean reaction. But
what was it that you and your husband didn't see eye to eye on?
you guys, this is turning into a whole thing. This is unresolved as of this morning. Unresolved.
Between husband and wife?
Husband and wife, unresolved issue. And I'm going to call it an issue because it wasn't really a fight. It was more of like jabs. So Addie and Easton both started up flag football. So this week, both of them had practices. It is so hard to get the kids home from school, let them have a little bit of downtime, finish their homework, make them eat dinner before we get back out the door to go to practice. And so that's my life when I get home. He's still working, shows up and wonders, why are we not ready on time? Why are we getting out of here late? So the last 2 practices that we went to, we left the house 5 minutes later than we probably should have, which means we showed up about 5 minutes late to practice. To me, I'm like, this is not like a serious thing. So if it, like, that's just what happened. You know what I mean? It's not like we're going to an interview or a doctor's appointment or something serious. So for me, it's like, it's okay that we're out the door 5 minutes late to go to this practice that honestly doesn't really matter. He's like, we need to be teaching the kids. They need to be on time to things. He's like, we need to leave earlier. And I was like, let's make a big deal about it, shall we?
Oh.
That's my jab back,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, yeah, we should make a big deal about it. It's important. It's like courteous to be on time. I'm like, I know. He's like, well, what have you been doing? I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I now? And so like, and this is like while we're driving, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, just picking the kids up from school, bringing them home, trying to get their homework done, trying to get them food in their body, trying to make them get downtime so they're not like rushing everywhere. Oh, and then getting them dressed for practice, and then trying to get out the door. What were you doing? Just working, making a living so we can live our life. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
That is so relatable. Every couple has had that conversation. Every couple has had that.
These guys still going this morning?
Unresolved.
What happened this morning?
Like literally, we just got to practice and never talked about it again.
Oh my gosh, because like the coach in me is like screaming. I'm like, you better be at practice on time. But also it's like, she's in the 4th grade and it's flag football. It's not that serious.
And it's like a league that's 2 months. Like it's a 2-month-long season.
Right.
Like if she was never late to dance when she was in competitive dance. It's not like this is like an ongoing thing. That
Yeah, you're not late for stuff anyway.
I
You're,
attempt to not be late to things, but there are times
you rush.
like today. I'm not really sure what we're going to do because there are games at 4:10 and we usually don't get home from school until 4.
Like, you gotta check her out early today.
To
It's
be
Friday.
continued on that one. I don't know. We're good. I'm like, you're taking this season a little too seriously. Okay, you know what? You want to stop work and go get them ready? By all means, go for it.
It's funny sometimes when you assume the other person's doing something, you know, or whatever. Like for us, I keep telling you I wanted to eat dinner early. So we have this routine now, my wife and I, where I've told you guys about my routine in the afternoon right now. I have to sauna. I sauna and I hot tub and cold plunge. Well, she started doing that too. No offense to her, but I don't want to sauna with her. I want to sauna by myself.
It's true.
Because I watch TV.
Got your thing.
Right? And she wants to sauna and listen to music and talk. I don't want to. So now she saunas either before or after me. And the other day we were getting ready to sauna. She was in sauna before me. So what I do is I feed the dogs while she's sauning. And then I thought that while I was sauning, she would get dinner ready. But she didn't. And then when I got out of the sauna and the hot tub, I was like, I wish I had a camera that could show you because it was like I was pouting. Like I went in, I just grabbed a bowl of soup and I poured the soup in with meatball soup and I put it in the microwave and I turned it on. And she's like, is everything okay? I go, oh, it's fine. And I'm like with a towel around my waist, you know what I mean? And I close the microwave door, and I put it on for 2 minutes and I'm waiting there and then ding. And I take it out. She's like, what's going on? Are we not having dinner together? Oh, I thought we were. And she's like, what do you mean you thought we were? And I go, I'm in the sauna. I feed the dogs. You're in the sauna. I feed the dogs. I go, I'm in the sauna. I figure you'd get dinner ready. I didn't know. And I'm like, what do you mean you didn't know?
It's a total John Jay thing because you always expect everyone to know exactly what's going on in your head.
When-
Like everyone
when
should think how I think.
When he starts with "I figured," then you know you're in trouble. You know you're dead because you did not figure that.
Right.
But then I like stopped for a second. I was like, well, I didn't say anything to her. But I just thought it was like a given. Like, how do you not know? I want to eat early. It's 5:00. It's now 5:30, and there's cold soup.
Nobody's ever cared about our schedule because we get up early in the morning. Nobody ever will.
I know.
They're not going to get it. They don't understand.
But it took me a long time to decompress and not get angry afterwards. Even after I
Even
acknowledged.
if it's delicious meatball
Oh, it was
soup.
great. I even acknowledged that. Like, I was like, okay, I understand. I didn't communicate. But even after I said that, I was still like,
Are you eating your soup angry?
I was.
Slurping it.
I was quiet. You could hear the spoon hit the bowl.
Oh my gosh.
And she was sitting next to me. She was like, can you wait for me to warm up my soup so we can eat together?
You know, the dogs didn't have to wait for me to feed them when you were in the sauna.
I look back at that, though, as a victim of being tired.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
Because later, when I am well rested, I look back like I am now. I look back at it and I laugh. But
How
at the
many
time, I was
times?
pissed. At the time, I was like, I'm getting in the car and I'm leaving.
Oh my goodness. Are you going to text Blake and apologize for your attitude yesterday or no?
I think you should. There's been so many times where I'm tired and I will either snap at like the kids or Scott, and I realize it's because I'm tired immediately afterwards, and I'm like, sorry, Mommy's just really tired, and I just need to get some sleep, and we'll be all good.
Oh my God, the stress.
I try
It's
to be
hard.
I try to be good with it and like be like, I'm running on a few hours of sleep, like sorry if I'm a brat today.
That song's on my workout playlist. That's just such a great song. You know, when I go to my son's games in Hawaii, because their school's called HPU, and they have you know, their announcer, and he's out of control, great guy, and he says, screams and yells everything, the halftime and everything, and he does this thing that I just love. He goes, HP, and then he hits Soldier Boy. You.
No, that's cool.
That's funny.
Dude, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I think every school should do that. It's so cool. All right, you guys, you know what today is?
It's Friday.
It's Friday and John-G's got a game for you.
So I put together a little game. Little kid or drunk adult. We all do dumb things. Sometimes we do. We're little kids, and other times we're drunk adults. Can you tell the difference? I've asked these people to tell us something stupid. You guys guess. We'll go around the room.
I accidentally set my house on fire, lighting fireworks in my bedroom.
Rich?
Little kid.
Peyton?
Drunk adult.
Huh?
Drunk adult.
I was a little kid. My friend brought over a ton of fireworks one day after school, and we ended up lighting some in my bedroom, and long story short, curtains caught on fire from one of the fireworks, and the fire just spread so quickly, like we lost half of our house. It was so bad. Thankfully, we had insurance. I blamed my friend, so I never got in trouble for it. Unfortunately, I was never able to see that friend again, but I was a little kid.
That's crazy.
Little kid or drunk adult?
I threw a plate of spaghetti off the wall at an Olive Garden.
Peyton?
Little kid.
Kyle?
Drunk adult.
Rich?
Drunk adult.
So I was a little kid. I basically got into a fight with my little sister, and she wouldn't stop teasing me about this awful haircut I had. So I finally got so mad that I took her plate of spaghetti and I threw it off the wall at the Olive Garden, and we were literally asked to leave.
Little kid or drunk adult?
I got in serious trouble for farting in a police dog's face.
Kyle?
Oh my gosh. Little kid.
Rich?
Drunk adult.
Peyton?
Drunk adult.
I was a drunk adult. I was being detained for fighting in a bar. The cop had a police dog with him. I thought it'd be funny to rip a fart in the dog's face. The police officer did not find it amusing. He immediately choked me out and then put me in handcuffs.
That's so sad.
Oh
for
my
that
God.
dog.
I know.
No, what did the dog deserve?
I know.
I know. Anyway, that's my fun game for Friday.
It's Friday and John-G's got a game for you.
All right, we're getting some entertainment news. We got to get into the Blake Lively, Jason Baldoni story. That thing, and there, did you see the Taylor Swift connection?
$100 million over the heated situation behind It Ends With Us. This is huge. TMZ says this is like the longest lawsuit they've ever read, and they've read many a celebrity lawsuit. It was 179 pages of complaints demanding a jury trial. This new suit presents a big different perspective, accusing Blake Lively of actually defaming Justin Baldoni. Blake's lawyers have fired back, basically saying this is a classic move out of basically any person who has ever sexually harassed someone's playbook. They said this is a total thing. In fact, experts call it DARVO, deny, attack, reverse victim offender. Like, it's a whole phrase. Like, this is what they do when they sexually harass. They turn it back on the victim. And they say that's simply what Justin's doing. But Justin has receipts and text messages from certain events where, they, even when they come up with the concept of the movie, when they were doing rewrites of the movie, and there were many of those, how he was threatened and even ambushed by Blake Lively.
Oh, yeah. So that's what they said, that were Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift come into the picture. So I guess, right, he was the director of the movie. He had a script, and then Blake Lively changed it. And they invited, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds invited Baldoni to their penthouse, right? So do you know the story now?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
No,
But you know the story.
No,
Okay.
you tell it.
They invited to Baldoni to Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's penthouse, and Taylor Swift was there. And they said, here's the rewrites we did. And Taylor was like, God, that's such a great version. Like, Taylor was like,
pushing for
Blake Lively's version is so much better than your version in so many words. And so they went with it. So now, what I gather, they're subpoenaing Taylor Swift's text messages to see if that was all set up.
That's big time.
Right? So
Yeah.
now you got the Taylor Swift effect, which anytime that touches anything,
Yeah.
like this could be the Johnny Depp case times 1,000.
That's what I
right?
said 2
I know
weeks
you did
ago.
Right,
say
but
that.
that was-
you
You
did
guys
say
were
it.
like, no.
No, you did say it,
No,
and
you
now
did
it
call
is
it.
turning into that
Well,
big
that's what
time
I'm
because
saying.
in one of the text messages that Justin had put in the lawsuit, apparently it was a text message between him and Blake Lively, and it was after that incident had happened. She was like, it's kind of like if you ever watch Game of Thrones, I'm Khaleesi and I have dragons, and these dragons will fight for me. And the dragons were Taylor and Ryan Reynolds in that
Oh,
situation.
wow.
Which is so
that's
wild.
what she said in
Yeah.
the text?
Yeah.
Dang.
It was like
I'd
the
be so
quote.
much James Baldwin. I'd be like, oh my God, Ryan Reynolds is here, Taylor Swift is here. And it's a penthouse in New York City.
Well, I think that's
Wow.
that's
Make the
probably
movie
what
whatever
they
you
thought.
want.
I got to tell you something. It makes me want to see the movie now.
Yeah, me too.
It doesn't
movie
make me
is
want to see the
mid.
movie.
I had
yeah.
no desire to see the movie
I wanna
because
see it.
because I heard she changed the opening scene. I heard it's the opening scene where they meet on the rooftop is what I heard. So
Yeah.
now I want to see that scene.
That's actually probably the best scene in the entire movie.
That's Blake Lively's scene.
Oh, it's the best scene in the whole movie, I think.
Well,
so.
then, so
But-
she has
Well,
a
then you're
point.
Team Blake then.
I mean, I'm not team anybody until we have the facts, but I
But-
find it really interesting how these lawyers and these psychiatrists are breaking down Justin Baldoni because they're saying this is like textbook narcissist, like what he's doing, and how basically the way that he's retaliating is because basically Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are literally your textbook definition of power couple. So he's just coming back that much harder to prove a point. Is what these psychiatrists are breaking down.
400 million. I mean, what are they, Pfizer? They're just a couple. Like, what are they suing
They're
for
bigger than
so much?
Pfizer.
They are bigger than Pfizer.
It's Blake Lively
But that's
and
a
Ryan
lot.
Reynolds.
That's a
They're two of the
huge chunk of
biggest stars
change.
in the
That's
world.
got to be
It's a
one
lot
of
of money,
That's got to
but
be one of the biggest one of those suits in history.
but think about it. In Hollywood, you've got your reputation, and once you are canceled, which both of these are in cancelable positions, I think if you find out, if we find out Justin Baldoni is 100% correct, people have a different view of Blake Lively.
Yeah.
Because up
And
until
Ryan
now,
Reynolds.
For sure.
she's very only lovable. Right? Justin Baldoni, if he gets blackballed by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, his whole career is going to be over.
And
So
he's the
there's a
little
lot at
guy.
stake.
It's like I never
He's a little
heard of this guy
Right,
until
that's what I'm
this case
saying.
happened.
Like, and
Yeah.
I don't know if Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, they'll get canceled for a little bit, but they'll be fine. I think that they are that much of fan favorites of everyone else that they won't get as canceled as Justin Baldoni. Like, we won't ever
Right.
see or hear from him ever again.
Did you
And
see
so
the
that's why I
Swifties?
find it interesting that the people are breaking it down. Like, maybe he's just fighting because he knows this could end his career.
Right.
The Swifties are all posting last night. All right, Swifties, we write at dawn. Once Taylor got involved.
That's actually insane to think about. That the Swifties are ready to gear up like that. That she has that much power.
Yeah, how about what's the latest with Wendy Williams? I thought she could even speak.
Yeah, and she can speak, and she's fighting for herself right now. She's saying she's in a conservatorship, and they basically said she went crazy. They basically said she cannot be in charge of her own life at all. They put her in a home, and she actually did an interview where she said, what they're saying about me, that like I'm out of my mind, is not true.
I am not cognitively impaired. You know what I'm saying? No, but I feel like I am in prison. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in this place where the people are in their 90s and their 80s.
She said, I keep the door closed. I watch TV, but I feel like she said, like I'm in a prison because there's things I want to do that they're not letting me do. And it's like, I'm sitting here like, I can do these things. Let me do them. And then she got, really emotional.
What if I can't see my dad for his birthday? At 94, the day after that is not promised. It's not promised. I want to give my dad some sort of fragrance. I want to go to Sephora and pick and choose. What? My life is like up.
She's prepared for the fact that her phone might be taken away.
What if they take my phone? I won't be able to talk to anybody.
Doesn't that break your heart?
That's so sad. Hashtag free Wendy.
Free
because
Wendy.
Are we serious right now? This is just like Britney Spears all over again.
Yeah.
And then she's actually going to lose her mind, and they're going to call her crazy, and we're all going to say, yeah, she's crazy, but they're doing this to her.
I know.
That makes me so mad.
Hashtag free Wendy.
Please.
Trend it.